my god, an Illumination movie that I'm actually interested in seeing. Holy crap, and the movie looks so beautiful. The animation, oh my god, it looks just like the games and everything. Oh my god, look at it, they're on the Rainbow Road, just like the fucking games. It's absolutely insane. I actually want to see this movie. Oh, Chris Pratt's doing the voice of Mario. Okay then, but whatever. The movie looks so beautiful, it looks gorgeous. I gotta go to the movies right now. I'll catch you later, guys. Fuck. Hey guys, welcome back to the Grandma's channel and welcome back to another movie review. And the movie I'm reviewing today is another video game movie. Hell yeah, I mean last year we got Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and we know how that turned out. It was a pretty fun time and now we're getting this. So yeah, let's keep it going. And this is also a very nostalgic movie as well, especially if you're someone who grew up playing the video games. Yeah, it's very nostalgic. And it's also an elimination movie, and yeah, they made Minions and Minions 2 and Secret Life of Pets and Sing and all that shit. And the movie is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. One of the most anticipated video game movies of the year has finally arrived, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, with a bunch of big names like Chris Pratt doing the voice of Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, and a bunch of other actors coming together to make a really fun and nostalgic video game movie. And that is exactly what I was expecting to see in this Super Mario Bros. Movie. It is an Illumination movie, and I haven't really seen any of their movies because I'm just not a fan of their movies. They're just more aimed towards younger children, like really young children. It's just, the animation is fine. It's just, I don't know, their movies have never been my thing. And but I was hoping to go into this movie expecting just feeling a lot more nostalgic because I grew up with the games and stuff, and I can maybe point things down and be like, oh, I remember that for the game, or I remember that for the game, and have a really good time watching the movie. And yeah, that's exactly what the Super Mario Bros. Movie was. It was very nostalgic and really very Easter egg filled and a lot of things you can spot, and I still had a really good time with this movie. I really enjoyed it. I had a pretty good time. It's not my favorite animated movie of all time or anything, but it's still fun and nostalgic, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, let's get into some positives. I want to start straight off the bat talking about the CG animation in this movie because god damn, it looks fucking beautiful. It's basically just all the Mario characters and the looks from the video games, combining it with Illumination style of animation, I guess, and it looks really, really, really good. And that's what kept me intrigued from beginning to end, is just the look of this movie. It looks really, really good, and every character, Mario, Luigi, Bowser, they all looked really fucking good. And I just had to start straight off the bat with that. The animation looks so good, and it made me feel so nostalgic, like almost all the time. And yeah, it was just really nice to look at. And yeah, the animation was really good in this movie. It just, you know, there was a lot of parts where it looked fucking beautiful and made me feel very nostalgic, like the Rainbow Road stuff just reminded me of Mario Kart and playing it on the DS and the Wii, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I want to start talking about some of the characters that I really liked in this movie, starting off with Chris Pratt as Mario himself.
It's me, a Mario.
Thankfully, I can say that Chris Pratt did a really good job in this movie. I don't know, I didn't mind his voice. It grew on me. I liked it, especially during the plumbing commercial scene that you got a little glimpse at on like YouTube. That's like the one part where he actually does the Mario accent. He actually does it in that scene, and it sounded really good. I think it started off straight off the bat with "It's a me, a Mario," and it sounded really, really good. I was like, that's Chris Pratt? Holy crap, he did a really good job. Same as Charlie Day as Luigi, he also did a great job. He did a really good job. They both do a really good job as Mario and Luigi. I really like seeing them together, and it bums me out because they are unfortunately separated for a good chunk of this movie, and it sucks because I really like seeing Mario and Luigi together. They were really good. I liked both of them. They were great, and it sucks that they were kind of separated, so that was a bit of a shame, but they were good. Chris Pratt, Charlie Day did a really good Mario and Luigi, and Jack Black doing the voice of Bowser. Jack Black does a good job, and Bowser looks fucking incredible in this movie. He looks so good, but he was a little strange in this movie. He wasn't really what I expected him to be. He was a little silly. He was kind of silly in this movie. Not a bad thing. There are times in this movie where he's like he looks kind of scary and kind of intimidating, and there are times where he's fucking just a little goofy, and I did not expect it. And yeah, I mean, he looks cool. Jack Black does a good job, but Bowser just, I don't know, wasn't exactly what I expected him to be. But yeah, he still looks cool. And Seth Rogen, who's doing the voice of Donkey Kong, he does an okay job. He was fine in this movie. I just feel like obviously he could have done a better job with his voice instead of doing his normal fucking voice. He could have done a better job. But hey, we actually got to hear him do his hilarious laugh in a few parts. The fucking we got to hear that a few times, and you know what? I didn't mind it. It actually got a laugh out of me every time we hear Donkey Kong just go and it got a laugh out of me and my brothers, and it was pretty funny. I didn't mind it. Toad was okay in this movie. He was pretty forgettable, honestly. He just said a few comedic lines, and sometimes when Mario did something kind of cool, he was like, that's my best friend right there, ha ha ha. I don't know, it wasn't that funny, and yeah, Toad was nothing too special in this movie. And I like how this movie, at times, was shot like it's a fucking 2D video game. Like, you know how in Mario and the original games, most of them are always just 2D, 2D video games. And I like how there's some parts in this movie where it's, like, shot like it's a fucking 2D video game, which was really cool. I really like that. That was cool. I like that. And yeah, the last, 20-30 minutes of this movie is just fucking mayhem and a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. Easter eggs everywhere. There are fucking Easter eggs that you can spot and be like, I know what that is, I recognize that. And there are sound effects you'll hear. They'll go, oh yeah, I can hear that, I remember that. And Easter eggs everywhere, and in almost every scene, and especially during the last 20-30 minutes, it's just mayhem and Easter eggs everywhere. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and that might be all I can say without, with my positives, without getting into spoilers. So I guess we'll get into some stuff I didn't like. One character that I have not yet talked about is Princess Peach, because she wasn't that interesting in this movie. I'm glad that they decided not to make her the damsel in distress that she's, that she usually is in the video games. They decided not to make her that and kind of make her really strong and powerful, but yeah, that's all that she really is. She's just a strong female character. They kind of constantly remind you how powerful and tough she is, and it's just like, come on, really? That's all you can do with her character? I don't know. She wasn't that interesting. There was one moment in the movie she was talking about, she doesn't know where she belongs. She doesn't even know where she came from. And, there was that, but other than that, that's the only interesting thing about her, and that she wasn't that interesting. She was just a tough female character. And it kind of put me down because Mario and Luigi were separated for a good chunk of the movie, and Mario was with Toad and Peach, and you know how I feel about Toad. He was just okay, and Peach was kind of so it's kind of put me down a little bit that they were separated and Mario was with them, and it just made it a little less interesting. I would have preferred to see Mario and Luigi spend more time together, but it didn't completely hurt the movie, not that much. I didn't hate Peach and Toad, they were just okay. But that kind of put me down just a little bit. There are 2 post-credit scenes in this movie. The first one's fine. It's kind of funny, sort of. And the second one's hinting at something that the movie kind of hinted at already earlier in the movie. So it was kind of not really a shocker. I was kind of like, is this meant to be a surprise? What the hell? So yeah, second post-credit scene's kind of weird. And I guess maybe we could have gotten more scenes of maybe characters bonding, I don't know, maybe we could have gotten more scenes of Mario and Luigi were good. It's just everyone else, Mario with Princess Peach and Toad and stuff. Maybe we could have gotten more scenes of them maybe having some sort of, instead of, jumping into different worlds, we could have had at least some scenes of them actually bonding, but not really. But not a huge issue. That's just something maybe they could have done more, they could have focused on a little more, but I don't know. Not a big issue. Despite those little issues, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is a perfectly fun time for kids and for teens and adults who grew up playing Mario games when they were little kiddies, and I think, they'll have a great time. If you're someone who never grew up playing Mario games or know nothing about Mario, you'll probably find this to be an average time, but I had a great time. I enjoyed it. The animation is fucking beautiful. It's a very nostalgic movie. Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black, doing all their voices, they all did a really good job, and majority of the characters were great. I really liked most of them. Toad was okay and Peach was a little meh, but other than that, most of all the characters were great. And other than that, this was a really fun time, and I enjoyed it. And would I recommend you go out and see the Super Mario Bros. Movie? Well, like I literally just said, kids will probably enjoy this. They'll find some enjoyment out of this. If you're a teen or an adult who grew up playing all the Mario games and just love Mario and it's your fucking childhood, you are going to have a great time with this movie. You're really going to enjoy it. But if you're someone who is just going into this knowing nothing about Mario, never played any of the games, you are going to have a very average time. So make sure you are a Mario fan before going into this movie. Otherwise, you are not going to have a great time. And that's all I can really say. If you're a Mario fan, you love Mario, you grew up with it, go see this movie. Alrighty guys, this is gonna be the end of my review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Thank you guys so much for watching, and shit guys, I gotta go. I can't finish this outro. I have to go down this pipe real quick, but don't worry, I have someone who's gonna take over and finish the video for you guys. So yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye.